The first route I'll show you is going to be a simple top to bottom. Now I'm pretty sure that this is the most commonly run route on this map, and now that's because of the fact that the spawn that you have there is pretty common, and so that's why I think a lot of people like to run it. Also the fact that it has a pretty easy and quick return route, that's also one of them. So now this is the easy route that you can do, which is the top to bottom. And now the only complicated thing about it is the fact that right here you want to end up avoiding the wall, and you also don't want to end up screwing this jump up right here. Now these jumps have to be done as I've shown you right here. So now the reason you have to do this jump is because of the facts of that, so then you can end up doing this landing right here. Now this landing is the most important of all of them, and that's because it ends up redirecting your momentum towards the flag. And now this landing that I'm going to show you in about a second, you don't have to do it exactly as I've shown you. You can literally land wherever you want on the cliff and then come down over the flag. You'll still get about basically the same speed. And now I'll show you what the exact same route looks like if you wanted to use the impact nitron for some speed. And now this is the exact same route. The only small difference being is the fact that I use an impact nitron to give myself some boost. And this is what it would look like right now. The return route isn't anything too special, but the only thing that you have to know about it is the fact that you don't do as many jumps. You just land over there and then boost yourself all the way to the flag stand. And that's about it for this route. And now if we were to use an explosive nitron, this is what the route would look like. Now the thing about it is that when I'm starting, I don't want to fire the explosive nitron where I fired the impact nitron, mostly because the explosive nitron packs a greater punch. So you want to throw it a bit before where you get to the spot where you normally throw the impact nitron. And other than that, this route, it doesn't change much. In fact, it doesn't change at all. And that's about it for this route. And now in this map in general, I would like that a decent sniper position could be to be on top of this grand cliff right here. Now the reason I say that is because they can see anybody who's running around, and they can easily pick them off and warn defense about whoever is coming, and then just do the spots required. The return route isn't anything too special, so I'll just make it fast forward. The next route is a simple bottom to top that I'm fairly sure everyone knows how to run. Now the thing about the spawn is the fact that although it's a pretty rare spawn, what happens is that when you get it, you end up getting it like 3 or 4 times in a row. So I guess it's sort of like a bit of a better version of extra practice that you normally get. So you just run the route, you screw it up, you do it again, you screw it up, you do it again a few times until you eventually get it. And now if I were to ask to describe the map, Drydock, I would describe it as it being a semicircle. And that's because of the outside areas, they have a lot of height, and the inside it barely has any height. So that's why you normally end up seeing people start their routes on the outside and then coming in towards the inside and getting the flag. And that's about it about Drydock that I have to say. And if you didn't know, you want to boost right here to redirect your momentum. And this is the exact same route being done, but with an impact nitron used for speed, and the return on isn't anything too special, so I'll just go ahead and fast forward. And now I'll do the exact same route, but being done with an explosive nitron instead of an impact nitron. So I prefer that you use the impact nitron instead of the explosive nitron for doing this route. And that's because you can use the impact nitron for the speed instead of the explosive nitron. And the speed in this route helps a lot because you can end up getting back to the flag stand a lot quicker, and you can pretty much make any defense get a bit scared or terrified when they see somebody coming at the flag stand at around 300 as compared to something at like 260. And other than that, this route doesn't change at all with the explosive nitron. The return route, I'll just go ahead and fast forward it. Now the last route I'll show you is a bottom backish to top frontish, and you'll see that soon, and why I call it that soon enough. Now I think that this is the only route in Drydock that you can actually use in which you can perfectly use the wall and it'll be fine even if you bounce off it. And this is the route that I like to run when I get that spawn, and the spawn is the rarest out of all of them. You almost never get that spawn in a game, but when you do, you can get a very quick flag grab. And this is the route that I like to run when I get that spawn. And now as you can see, we're in the back and we're in the bottom right now. So now we go for the flag and we end up in the top and in the frontish. And now we just continue on with this until we capture the flag. So I'll just go ahead and fast forward. And now I'm running the same route again, but I'm using the impact nitron before I grab the flag for some speed. The return route doesn't change at all. So I'll just go ahead and fast forward it. And now I'm doing the exact same route, but I'm using an explosive nitron this time instead of an impact nitron. And now the most obvious difference in the start is the fact that I choose to bounce off a different spot rather than the one that you see me bounce off. Now remember, the explosive nitron gives you a much greater punch, and because of that you need to slow yourself down so you don't end up hitting the wall as strong of an angle and with that much power. So that's why I choose to bounce off that spot. And I don't really have a preference for which grenade to use. I think both of them do just fine in this when you're doing this route, so you can just go ahead and use both. But I normally have the carry the impact nitron because remember you can use it for some speed, and so you just want to sort of like sneak up on somebody at a lot of speed, so then you can get a quick cap. And other than that, this returner is the same, so I'll just go ahead and fast forward.